Oh, rightio, guys. Well, I forgot to hit start. I got about 5 minutes in. I forgot to hit start. So, welcome back to number 39 of the podcast. Let's get a bit of an intro going for you guys. Alrighty. Alrighty, legends. Welcome back to episode 39 of the Hey Big Mac podcast. Thank you, everyone, for watching, viewing, subscribing, and listening. We appreciate all your support, as always. Guys, we're finally back in the hot seat. It's been a bit over a month. We haven't done a potty. There's good reason for that. We've been absolutely flat chat. We haven't forgotten about you as we still see all your messages. We try to keep as active as we can on socials, but it is hard when, we're running 3-4 social accounts at a time, the business, everything like that, still working different times of the week. So, yeah, it's been full on, but this episode today is for you guys to give you an update, get a bit of admin going and tell you what's been happening, what's changed, what hasn't changed. And yeah, a few hot topics to go through to finish her off towards the end of the episode and tell you what we're up to for the rest of the year with the podcast, Froth Bros and everything else. So, first dot point on my list is admin podcast. Basically, the easiest way to sum up, where's the potty been, is the most common question I've had. Simply, it's just come down to time. Motivation's been a massive one. It's been really down on the podcast, just not having the interest there for a little while. That, it sort of died off after, when was it? The last pretty much big trip to Gladstone. Sort of just got everything busy in the way with work and the business, starting up the new business FRP, which has actually finally taken off now. Made a few massive business changes in that, they weren't well needed, but they were well deserved because the way I was running previously was absolutely atrocious. And so I made the necessary changes to fix that. And now it's put us in a better position to do what we want to do and be where we want to be. And yeah, now we're actually, I'd like to say that I'm full-time in, the content industry, whether it's filming for YouTube or the podcast or just going out wheeling with social media and doing all that stuff. But FRP is still a business which is providing me income and also providing you with a sick product that you can build yourself. And I suppose that's the easiest way to sum it up is, the potty sort of got put on the back burner for a month or so and everything else had to be heavily time invested to actually make them happen. And now they're at a very busy but comfortable spot. I can jump back into the potties. We've got a couple of trips coming up where heaps of guests are getting back on board. We've lined all them up. It was very hard to keep lining up guests and, trying to get them into Queensland. And now we just decided we're going to take the potty on the road and actually just go to people. And instead of saying, hey, can you come to my place and do my potty and do all this? We're going to come to you. We just need an hour of your time or 2 hours of your time. Let's sit down and have a sick day, whether it's on a farm or something like that, and talk shit. So, yeah. That sort of answers where the potty's been. It's just been on the back burner while everything else is getting set up. There honestly hasn't been too much that's happened in the last month or so. Like, we'll cover a few of those things in the hot topics or current events and stuff like that. But, Froth Bros Media YouTube has been going absolutely insane lately. And that's all credit to you guys watching, supporting, messaging us. And, to follow up that with the YouTube, like being able to supply merchandise now. We've got hats and shirts and stickers and water bottles and the bull bars, obviously, and everything else that goes along with it. It's been bloody crazy to see the support that we've got coming through on the shop site now, which is frothbros.com. It's got everything on there. Froth Bros Media, Froth and Race Parts, and Hey Big Mac Podcast. So that's where you go to is, frothbros.com, and you'll find the shop. But, the YouTube's killing it. I'm actually enjoying, filming content, creating content, the editing side of things. It's been unreal. I've just posted, probably as you're listening to this, I'll just have the Hardcore Weekend of Wheeling episode coming out. And then I think next week's actually Just Auto's video, which we've got more on that coming very shortly. So, We might just start off with a couple of trips and events coming up. Basically, in 2 weeks, I pack up and head down to Melbourne for the Melbourne 4x4 show. We pretty much leave there. We head up into the high country for a week, do a bit of wheeling, go back to the snow. I haven't been to the snow in years now. So, yeah, go back, pull the snowboard out, go for a rip on the slopes and do a bit of wheeling in the snow. Another tick off the bucket list, never taken the full drive to the snow. So, got that one. Then we head back to Sydney Adventure Show. Head through there, the Adventure Show, catch up with a few people there, do the usual event sort of stuff, and then shoot it back from there, do another wheeling trip somewhere along the way between Sydney and Queensland. And then we are back on the coast after that to hook right back into... I'm not going to spoil it yet. We've got a massive change coming September, October, November this year. Huge changes. And it's going to mean new studios and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that one because that's a very big, exciting news. And it's all thanks to you guys and the support of the brands that support us. So, yeah. We'll tick off a few hot topics of just stuff I've mentioned, what's been going on and trips, and I might dabble into some of these and might just leave them pretty short. This is going to be a pretty quick episode getting back into it, just sort of a update of where we're at, where we've been, and then what's coming up because I've got 3 episodes to film in the next week. I've got 1 on the road before Melbourne show. I've got Melbourne show recap. Then we'll have 2 trip episode recaps. I'm thinking about another guest in between Melbourne and Sydney show. So we've got a lot of podcasts coming, and it's going to be very exciting. I think there's 8 or 9 scheduled, done, ready in the works, and we've got 2 episodes actually sitting in the draft folder ready to go live, which those episodes we weren't exactly happy with, and they didn't really revolve around current topics or anything like that, so they can be released whenever, which is great. But yeah, those episodes just got put on the back burner just due to time reasons. So yeah, hot topics. I mean, for me, Podcast Royale was just announced last week. So everyone that's seen us at the Potty Royale this year, basically we've had the call out to go back next year and do some boxing. So look at me. I'm skinny as all ever. I weighed myself this morning. I'm 76 kilo. I'm 6'1", and who the hell do I call out? That's $1 million question. There you go. I've got the same bloke that's calling me out, messaging me now. I suppose who do I fight and why do I fight and what's the fight's going to be about is, well, they wanted to match it up this year, even size, even weights, keep the fights competitive. I had probably 15 to 20 call-outs from people on social media that were forward driving. Let's put them in the forward drive category for now. I believe the Alpha Blokes boys said, because it's an Alpha Blokes or Alpha Events run event, they said podcasts only, and it is the Podcast Royale, so that makes sense. But we had Andy Morgan from the Blue Collar Brothers podcast just down. He's a SEQ bloke as well. Good fella, Andy. I reckon it'd be an interesting call out because Andy, we're about similar height, I think, from last time I seen him. He's got a couple of kilos on me, which I think it'd be great for both of us to get in shape and, we don't hate each other, which is a great start. I'm sure we could toss and turn some beef and make it interesting. And yeah, it'd be a good opportunity for us to both fight each other. And, I'd rather fight someone in a ring where it's controlled and it's safe than, being out on the street and getting into fights and who knows what's going to happen because it never goes the way you think. But yeah, if not, so Andy gave me the call out. I've accepted it. Whether we actually get accepted by, Alpha Events, we'll leave that up to them. If not, I'm going to ring out 2 names of people that I'd like to fight, whether it actually happens or not. Tommy Dahl. I know that's a big name, so it's going to be an interesting fight, but I feel like we are both very similar sized. If it wasn't going to be Tommy, I'd be tossing up between someone like, like Reese Bros or someone like that. I did think about maybe Brizey, but he's a bit more bigger than me, so that could be also interesting. But yeah, I reckon we just leave it up to see what happens and go from there. And yeah, there's that many podcasts out there; it's insane. There was another podcast that mentioned it, and you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through there right now and find exactly what their name was, because it was recommended by a mate. And it'd be interesting to see what his podcast actually is. And I'll find his name right now. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Hang five. Ollie Fraser at Mayfield Co. podcast. Never actually heard of these boys before in my life. So yeah, Ollie Fraser at Mayfield podcast. That could be another interesting fight too. I'm not sure on how tall he is or what his weights are, but hey, there's another name to put in the hat. So yeah, Podcast Royale, it's going to be a interesting event, that's for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, get in the ring, let's have a fight, put on a show. I don't know whether it's classed as an exhibition or pro fighting or amateur fighting, whatever it is. But hey, let's go have a good time, because the event this year, if you missed it, you don't want to miss the next one, because it's absolutely epic. The after party was sick. I think the Alpha Boys said it the best, is you put 4,000 blokes with raging testosterone in one room and there's not a fight except for the one in the ring. I think it shows to credit the community of podcasting and what it's like. I think if you did that in the full drive industry, not to shit on the full drive industry, but there's that many fuckwits out there that we have so many arguments and fights, or some blokes looking at some blokes' misses and then they want to fight each other. It's just filthy. And for an event to happen like the Potty Royale this year for 2024, it was unreal. No one had dramas. There was no issues. Everyone got along. There was so much, I think the word's like camaraderie between everyone. It was unreal. So yeah, I'd love to see that and be a part of that for next year. So Alpha Boys, Alpha events, this is me mention, this is me call out. Get me involved. I'm keen. After that, I've had a bit of work done on the ute lately. I'm sure everyone's seen it. The dog's just having a wicked dream right now, kicking his legs all over the floor. The ute's had a lot of work. We've had rooftop tents go on. We've been doing all the sorts of tuning and stuff like that. We've had the new bull bars all been put on. The new bull bar is absolutely sick. Winches, lights, all that sort of stuff. I'm actually very stoked with where the ute's sitting at the moment. A lot of big changes still to happen, but don't know what I'm doing with the tray yet, whether I'm putting a canopy on or go cargo boxes or anything like that, but we'll soon just get around that when time comes. Just Autos did the tuning 2 weeks ago now. I went in, basically we went no extra upgrades from what I had, so it's still standard like intake, everything like that, just the clutch, so MPC 1300 clutch. And we did the, I think it's phase 2, Matt calls it, so phase 2 multi-map tuning through the CAN bus switch. So I basically got winch idle up tune, stock, like just a normal stock tune, party tune type thing. And then I've got my toe tune, my power tune. My power tune's got like a hard cut limiter. And then I've got the launch control mode, which is like you ramble, put it in launch control, and then I think it goes to a hard cut. I haven't really played with it too much because, I don't really want to be pissing off the neighbourhood with putting a VDJ on limiter. But the differences the ute made from my old tune, I've had the old tune for, a year, nearly 2 years now. And the old tune was great. It was very torquey down low. It was very suited for a heavy vehicle and towing trailers and all that sort of stuff. The new tune, having the multi-mapping, so I went from 185, 600 newton meters to 195 on the tow tune to 650 or something newton meters, I believe it was. And then I should have brought the paper in. And then my power tune went to 213 something or 214 to like, I think it was nearly 700 or just 700, I think it was. I'm going to put something on the screen for the YouTube viewers to see that. But yeah, it's absolute rocket ship now. You can see why people love chasing power in them. And, there's people out there pushing 300-400 plus horsepower in a VDJ on the street. And it's absolutely insane. Like, look at Mac Preston. He keeps blowing diffs apart he's got a few factors there. Different ratio diff, so a 4/8 diff ratio is actually a smaller gear bind, so you've only got 2 or 3 gears binding at a time, not 5 or 6 for an example. He's also got 37s and he's running like 300 or 400 horsepower, which is all key ingredients to breaking stuff on a full drive. So yeah, I don't want to get into that territory where I'm running too much horsepower that it becomes unreliable and my components are the first things to suffer. On that topic though, shout out to Mac Preston. He actually had a spare factory GXL 39 diff center that I got off him a few weeks back. That's gone into the ute. But yeah, keeping me prepped for trips coming up. But yeah, the tuning at JA was unreal. Getting to go in there, talk to the boys, bit of entertainment that happened in there for the day. And then, so stoked with it soon. There'll be a YouTube video coming out with a bit more of like a performance topic video, and then we'll do like a review video after 2 months. I think I'm going to be away for, so 2 months from when I tuned it to a review video, and we're just going to go through all the different things of how it's changed towing, how it's changed for general driving, having the multi-mapping, how that affects me driving. They've got a secret thing of phase 3 they're working on. I don't know if I can announce it yet, but we'll be looking into that, where phase 3 is like this whole extra thing again. So I don't want to say anything in case I'm not allowed to say anything, but it's pretty bloody cool. Melbourne show is in literally a week's time or week and a half's time. So get ready for that. If anyone's down in Melbourne and they want to catch us, I'm going to have some stickers there to give away for free. So if you weren't at Brizzy and you are at Melbourne, I'll have free stickers to give away. So podcast stickers, Hey Big Mac stickers, and Froth Bros Media stickers. Just our standard logos. So yeah, we'll have plenty of stickers to give away. And yeah, it'd be a sick time at the event. We'll have sort of like the interview mics going again, same as we did at Brizzy. So if you see us, come up for a yarn. This show, we're not going to be interviewing so much the stars of the event. We're going to be interviewing guests, random people, just the fundamentals of the actual show, talking best rigs, still all that sort of stuff, but not as so much the guests behind, all the influencers and manufacturers type deal. But yeah, Melbourne's going to be an absolute good time. So if you see us there, come say g'day. We're stoked to talk to you all. Springs 4x4 Park. We went down there 2 weeks ago to the hardcore weekend of wheeling. So I've got a YouTube video coming out. A little shameless plug again. YouTube video coming out this week or next week, whether it just comes down to my editing. That was an absolute epic weekend. To go down there with just a few good mates, meet a few people down there, catch up with more people that I didn't even know were going. And yeah, just go. We spent basically the first day, so it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. We went Saturday, Sunday. Got there Saturday, they had dirt drags. I raced one bloke in a GQ, absolutely got smoked. Went to Tread Hills, watched that, got onto the beers, and it was epic. And I think we had 2 rollovers for the day, not to spoil too much. And then we went straight to Beer O'Clock Hill, which was absolutely it wasn't carnage, but it was just fun, interesting, entertaining. And then it just started getting too dark for everything. Just too many cars, too many long runs. I think you almost need to have a time limit on there, like give each person 2 minutes, because there's some runs on there that are like 6-7 minutes long or 10 minutes long. And you're like, it just gets boring for the crowd and that, but I'm not the one running the event, so too bad. Yeah, Springs epic park though. Lucas does an absolute sick job of running that place. He's got a lot of time and money invested into it. I know he's got a lot of sponsors involved in the background that support that place. But yeah, I nearly rolled the cruiser out there. that was interesting, up hardcore hill climb. So yeah, there'd be more. That's a little teaser, but more of that in the upcoming video. Then last weekend we went out on the River to Bay service. So shout out to Jamie Vogler and his whole crew running all that over there. So River to Bay, Amity Point Tav, Gutter Bar. Basically, you jump on at Howard Smith Wharf, full River to Bay ferry service. So 38 people or so on board. Jump on, have a few drinks, shoot over to the Gutter Bar, had a couple of beers, then jumped back on, went to Amity, had lunch there. Absolutely epic time with the boys. I think everyone's just about throwing a reel up now of that event. Jamie, Amity Tav, a lot of the boys have like videos and posts put up. Matty from Explore Life, he actually put up a really good recap reel of it as well. And yeah, just an absolute sick group of people. Some of them I never met before. Some of them I'm very familiar with. And yeah, bloody shout out Lofty for being MVP of that trip because it was bloody funny. He probably got in a little bit of trouble that night, but who knows? But yeah, good time, good people. It was sick. Just don't go to the toilet on the boat. I can definitely tell you that because they start doing donuts or S-bends and yeah, look, water doesn't stay in the bowl. Yeah, sick time. Thanks to Jamie for inviting all of us out there. The crew that we went with, yeah, it was unreal. So it's definitely something to put on your list if you want to do the affordable way of going to Gutter Bar and Amity Tav. Like you can do 2 islands in one day without catching a ferry. You only get on a boat, so it's pretty handy. And then another hot topic. There hasn't really been much lately. There's just still the general things going on, but a hot topic this week was actually the Back to the Bush campaign, charity, fundraiser, everything going on there. Now, look, I'm not very well versed in what's going on here. I don't really know what's going on, so I'll leave it as Cowboy Tunes put up a really good story and post this week about it, explaining his thoughts on the matter and the thoughts around the charity, what's going on, and there's a few other people I won't mention that have also talked and speculated on the topic of Back to the Bush and what he's doing. Something about the campaigns, everything's going on, that he's not meeting the standards or not backing and publicly disputing the stuff he's promoting. Look, don't take anything I say as proof, but you want to find out for yourself. Go to Back to the Bush's Instagram. You can read there. They've put a post up. Go to Cowboy Tune. He's put a post up about it. There's a couple other people that have put a post up about it. If you want to see what it's really about, go to and do your own research because there's definitely hours of reading there for the right people that are interested. I will do my best to stay as far out of politics and stuff like that as possible because I'm not really interested. I'll talk shit about Trump getting shot in the ear all day. I reckon it was awesome. Make America great again, if that's what you support. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't really care. Some people, you want to have different genders and shit like that, go for it. I don't really give a fuck. There's male, female, mentally ill. I don't care. You want to get into politics, this isn't really the place for it because it's not for politics. It's for whatever you want to hear me listen and babble shit too. So there you go. Couple other things. So Alpha Blokes, let's just call them the head of podcasting Australia. I'd say that them and Gypsy Tales are probably the 2 key people, even though Gypsy's gone to the States now. But Alpha Blokes are doing a giveaway with Matty Baker through the Explore Dream. I reckon it's pretty sick. So someone who's a part of the Explore Dream, I should have checked this before we started, but someone who's part of the Explore Dream is going to win a 79 series with a part collaboration of the Alpha Blokes. So it's not being built by brands or sponsors or anything like that. It's built by whatever people commented they'd want to win is getting put on that car. So it's a 79 series with all the works. I think it's like Norwell tray and canopy. There'll be just general stuff on there. So yeah, pretty cool. Go win yourself a 79 series with the Explore Dream. shout out to Matty. Mac Preston, he just gave away with Shed Life Club. If you remember the Shed Life Club, he just gave away a 79 series dual cab as well. Last pre-rego V8 non-facelift model cruiser. Pretty much brand new, like immaculate brand new. He did a little bit of driving in it himself, but beside that, absolutely nothing. So he basically got a brand new 79 series to win, and congratulations to the person that won that one through the Shed Life Club. Sammy Oz, so Built Not Bought, went to Indonesia. So Mitch, Mick, Sam, and Zach, they all went over to Indo, spent 2 weeks over there with Pro Rock Engineering, doing all sorts of rock wheeling, stuff like that. Pretty bloody cool. Indo definitely looks like a place that is on the cards. I think they went to... I'm not even going to try and announce the name, but they went to somewhere in Indo where they could do all that cool stuff. They were riding rock buggies down the road, and this, I don't know, Dana truck that they built is like something out of Mad Max Cross Fast and Furious, like Dakar pre-runner trucks. It's insane. And then, pretty bloody cool. But I think a lot of people are going to start doing the overseas stuff that's not mainstream overseas stuff. Like everyone's been to the USA, but USA isn't as entertaining as what we can do in Oz, I think. But as for Indo, no one's ever done Indo, so that was pretty cool to see that. And it gained a lot of traction and attention, I think. So, yeah, well done. Couple of things sent in. So, Patriot 6x6 giveaway. All these Land Cruiser giveaways going at the same time. Someone won, I don't know why Patriot decided to give away the 6x6, but they must have got offered a little pretty penny for it, I guess, from Adrian. But yeah, someone from Perth won the 6x6, so Perth people, you probably see it over there very soon. And then we got a couple of little things that people have sent in. Sharks found with cocaine in their system off the coast of Brazil. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just funny. Sharks are already bloody vicious, crazy animals that want to eat everything. Now they're just coked up shark crackheads. And then one that was sent in on the list was Kale Makeham's kite bike jump. Doing the kite bike jump across the Murray River. Bloody cool, but I think it was about a month ago that happened. So yeah. If we get the chance when we're heading actually down south to Melbourne, I might try and hit up Kale and we'll see if we can get a cheeky interview and potty with him about, he's got NWMX, so might win MX giveaways, doing motorbike giveaways and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, he's one that does not shy away from the internet ban, and that's for sure. So very entertaining to watch, giving away motorbikes. So if you want to win a motorbike, and yeah, head over to MWMX and go check that out. But he jumped a bike across Murray River. It's pretty bloody cool. I don't think anyone's ever done that. So he rode one across the water, and now he's jumped one over the river with a kite. It's, pretty sick. But that's sort of summing it up for most of this first episode back. I think we're at like 28 minutes, so pretty easy, pretty cruisy. Just casual cash up to say what's going on, where we're at, what's been happening, and guys, you're absolutely killing it with FRP at the moment. I just want to say a massive thanks to that. Buying merchandise, all that sort of stuff. Every single day I jump on that computer, I am making the website better. I am trying to make the postage and handling situation better, trying to get turnaround times quicker. Guys, you've got like stickers, hats, hoodies, shirts. Guys, if you're cold, go buy some merch over on the website. We bloody appreciate it. Check the stories, check some of the boys sharing the stuff. There is always discount codes out there if you want to get something cheap. Guys, I think it's Hey Big Mac Pod. Save yourself, I think it's 10%. So 10% site-wide, Hey Big Mac Pod. Go check it out and save some money. We've got drink bottles, spotlights, bull bars. We've got V8 model Land Cruisers, not the DPF single cabs though, just for FYI, the chassis change. What else we got? 80 series, 75, 79 narrow fronts. We're working on, so this is a big one, we're working on bull bars for N70s, N60s, N80s, 60 series, 105s, 100 series. And then we'll start looking into, from there, GQs, GUs, or your series 1 to 4. But there is so much that goes into designing bar. I can give you a flat pack kit and you can go and retrofit it, but I can't guarantee it's going to be perfect. There's a couple of people that have bought DIY kits and retrofitted it, and it's worked out for them. That's all well and good, but we can't guarantee the kits, whether you got to cut and customize parts and bits and pieces like that. We'll do our best to get them close, but yeah, like even your 80 series cradle with 75 wings to suit your 80 series chassis swaps, 75s, or can go for your 80 series 80-40 cruisers, so 80 series chassis, 40 series caps. Can do that too. It's the world's endless, so yeah. But if you're there, guys, jump over to the website, go check out the shop, frothbros.com, buy yourself some merch, grab a sticker. There's drink bottles there if you don't want to, buy a bull bar or something. But you'll be looked after. Any questions, message us. We're pretty onto it. And yeah, thanks, guys. We bloody appreciate it. And I'm going to leave this wrap up. If you're a person, we're going to do a deal for the rest of the year. If you want to advertise on the podcast, start and finish of every episode, guys, reach out to us at theheybigmacpodcast@yahoo.com and we'll get your details. We'll give you a bit of a rundown for a pack and you can advertise your business, your brand, whatever it may be on the podcast. All you got to do is ask. It doesn't have to be forward driving related. It can be absolutely anything. You might have a clothing brand business or, plumbing business or chippy business or you could be selling car parts. It could be anything, a media business. You want to do advertising, reach out to us, send us a message and we'll get back to you ASAP with an answer on that stuff. Anyone that's advertised on here so far has absolutely loved it. Can't say thanks enough to LJ Fab, Clue Mufflers, My 4x4 Info, obviously myself, Froth Bros Media, FRP. That's a little bit different though. But yeah, appreciate everyone that supports us. They'll always be a lifetime member, I suppose you call it. I'll always be supporting them with whatever they do. So yeah, thanks, legends. Appreciate sticking around to 32 minutes for this quick little episode, and we will see you next week when we are either guest episode or we're in Melbourne. Shaka mahala. Let's see ya later.